are back with comedian David Boyle, and I'm quitting alcohol. So I completed my elevated work platform over 11 meters course today, and I think I'm cured. I think it's going to be very hard to get me to work. Everything's going to have to be so hardcore on my own terms that it's basically I'll be running my own business. That's the only way I can do it. I've done fucking how many now? 4 or 5 licenses, and I don't ever want to use any of them. I hate these courses so fucking much. They are just mind-numbingly fucking boring. It's depressing. You're surrounded by depressed cunts. Everyone wants to get the fuck out of there. The trainer is fucked, always, in their own special way. But now I've got it, and I plan on never using it. I was up all night last night doing a fucking workbook they said you had to hand in. It took me fucking forever, and turns out you didn't even have to hand it in. There was no point of doing it, except fucking getting through the test. If I didn't do that workbook, I wouldn't have passed the test. And even though I don't want the fucking license, it means I would have had to have gone back and resat the test. But I didn't have to do that, and I swear to God, you do the test and then you do like an operation, like a practical test. The cunt's not even looking, he's on his phone. It's almost raining outside, we're breaking all the rules. I'm driving it like an absolute idiot. I don't know what buttons fucking for what, and they were getting jammed as well. I was like, fucking this fucking thing. So I did like half the moves. And then I just came down. I was like, that'll do, won't it? Oh, God. I don't think it's worth me going back to work anyway. I've been listening to some inspirational stuff by Alan Watts. All you need to do is type in, "Don't waste your life working, Alan Watts." And you'll find what you need not to go back to work. But I just don't see it's going to be worth it. It's better for me to pour whatever energy that I was going to use working into like my creative endeavors, the stand-up comedy, the podcast, the Jenny Diaries, the show about death, the Bitcoin fucking show. You know what I mean? You got to back the Boyle, don't you? Oh, fuck. All I need is like a quick 10, 20 grand. It's probably cost me $2,000 to do these fucking licenses as well. I sort of did need them because in the back of my mind, I'd been doing all that shit without the licenses. So I was like, fuck, it's good to have them. But part of this endeavor was to like give me a reality check, like go back to work and then be like, all right, I don't want to be doing this. Let's fucking step it up another gear with the fucking entertainment career. Is that what I am, an entertainer? That's almost as gross as a fucking forklift driver in my books. We'll see. We'll see how it all plays out. I've got to do my first aid course and CPR on Wednesday, and then I've got electrical spotters the following week, and then there's no more excuses, and I think my wife's frothing to get me back to work as well. She doesn't see the work I do in the background. That's the problem. She thinks I'm just sitting on the couch reading a book about rebirth and the history of Buddhism. But it's not all that. There's a lot of other stuff going on. Like when I have my headphones in, I'm not listening to rubbish. I'm listening to Buddhist chants. I'm purifying my negative karma. I'm not just doing nothing. That's what people don't understand these days. You got to be fucking, doing things. Winning. Fuck that. I'm playing the long game. You're just thinking about this life. I'm thinking about the next fucking 10,000 lives. What's going to happen there? You think it's just this one. I'm thinking if I waste my time in the fucking crane, then it's going to be harder for me to get a good one in the next one. That's what I'm thinking. But it's hard to explain this to people. It's really hard to tell people around you that you don't want to work because you need to spend a good amount of time purifying your negative karma and learning about rebirth and death and being able to navigate your way through the bardos in the afterlife. which should be the most important thing any of us do, but no one's fucking doing it. Just me. Anyway, if anyone wants to fucking just drop 20k on me, I'll do some mantras for you, some purification mantras, and I'll dedicate them to you, and that will purify your karma, give you some good karma, so you will build some momentum and possibly get a good rebirth in the next life. That's pretty fucking cheap for 20k, to be fucking honest with you. What are you going to do? Listen to Jay Shetty? I needed to figure out a way to fucking crowbar Jay Shetty into this, because I fucking listened to that cunt the other day. Who was he speaking to? Gabor Mate or whatever the fuck his name is. Jay Shetty, as long as he's not fucking talking, he's fine. As soon as he starts talking for any longer than like 30 seconds, if he talks longer than 30 seconds, it just ends up being a complete fucking mess. You realize this cunt has no idea what he's talking about. This guy's not intelligent at all. Do you know how I know? Because he sounds like me when I try to be profound. A complete fucking idiot. I just get tangled up in words. I can't stop speaking. It just, people are like, what the fuck are you talking about now? That's what Jay Shetty is. A useless cunt. That's hot. He's doing good for the world. That was negative karma. That was bad. Anyway, it's fucking Monday again. It's Ask Boyle time. So if you... Yeah, I need some fucking questions sent in through the website. You cunts aren't sending in questions through the website. I only ask you to do that so I can keep track of them. And so I can harvest your email addresses. So I can eventually email you when I need to sell you some bullshit. Like Boyle's 3-step plan to fucking enlightenment, which will be coming eventually. Anyway, no one sent in any Ask Boyles, so I had to put the call out on fucking Instagram, and then you get inundated on fucking Instagram. You get too many fucking questions. So anyway, fucking head to boylecomedy.com, send in an Ask Boyle through there. While you're there, sign up for the Patreon. Thank you to everyone who's been signing up. I've been reading out all the people who've been signing up to the Patreon, and you might be listening going, fuck, there's a few people signing up for the Patreon. There's just as many leaving, don't worry. I wake up with an email, you have 2 new Patreon subscribers. I'm like, fuck yeah. And I go to it. and the amount of money I'm earning hasn't changed at all because 2 cunts left at the exact same time. Anyway, fucking sign up for the Patreon. We need more coming in than going out. That's the fucking way math works. So, boylecomedy.com, there's a link there. Let's get to this week's fucking Ask Boyle. Hear that thunder? That's what I was operating the fucking elevated work platform in. Anyway, because I sent the call out on Instagram for an Ask Boyle this week, I got a bunch of questions. I got a bunch of good questions, and I got a bunch of questions that can just be answered in a couple of seconds. So what I'm going to do is this week, I'm going to go through a few of the questions that I can just answer easily, and then I'll save the more profound ones for the following weeks. All right, so here we go. This one's from Luke O'Sullivan Golf. Go follow his channel. He's a golf pro. He smokes darts and he does videos. Luke, you got to fix up those captions on your videos. They're so fucked. That purple thing bouncing around is an absolute fucking nightmare. Anyway, here's Lukey's question. Would you rather be a 10 out of 10 with a smelly micro penis or a 1 out of 10 with a good sized non-smelly hog? Well, Lukey, you've come to the right place. This one's really a tough one. I should have saved this for a fucking hypothetical. You sort of fucked both ways on this one. You don't want a micro penis under any circumstances, do you? That brings you down to like a 3 max. Inside yourself as well, because that would destroy your confidence. It doesn't matter how good looking you are. If you can't fucking just wallop out your fucking wang, then what's the fucking point? But on the other hand, just being a 1 out of 10 with a good sized penis, like just a normal good sized penis, if you had a monster, not like too monsterish, but well above average, then you would take that, wouldn't you? I'd go 1 out of 10 with a good above average, well above average size wang. Like they say, it doesn't matter what's on the outside, it's what's on the inside of your fucking underwear that counts. Let's move to the next one. This is from Skylar. Skylar asks, is it gay if the balls touch? Well, Skylar, you've come to the right place. I assume you're talking about your balls touching another man's balls when you're fucking him in the ass. I don't really see anything gay about that situation at all. Are you both drunk and you've both promised each other you won't say anything to anyone else? If so, then I can't see anything gay at all about that. Thanks for your question, Skylar. This one's from Chris. I tried the website, didn't work. I'll rewrite it in a message. Thanks, Chris. Kevo, get onto it, mate. The next question is from Craig. Is it possible that Craig Wright will win the COPA trial and be declared Satoshi? Well, Craig, you have come to the right place. So for those of you who don't know, there's an Australian man, Craig Wright, who claims he's Satoshi Nakamoto, who invented Bitcoin. And he's going to court to prove it. And 99.9999999% of people in the entire world think he's a fraudulent, scamming son of a bitch, but he has a very small, very committed following of people that believe him. And I'm not one of them. No, even if he does, he's not fucking Satoshi. I looked into him for a little while, watched an hour or two of interviews of him, and he just seems like a fucking fraudster scammer. He might be smart, but he's not Satoshi. All right, next question. Who's better, King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard or Men at Work? This is from Jason. I just have to go straight up Men at Work. And that's only because I don't know a single song from King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. And I've had many a fucking drunken night singing Land Down Under. That's it. Anyway, let's just have a quick peruse through the rest of the questions. There's a bunch, but I'm saving some of them because some of them are good. Let's see. This one's from Pint. He says, fucking read the one I messaged you. All right, that will fucking do it. This is going to be a long fucking pod. Anyway, that'll do it for today. Fucking see you the fuck later.